Hi students, and welcome to week 8 in your online general psychology course. This week we are covering chapter 6, which is all over learning. And this is also our last week before spring break. So there is a break on the horizon. So in this chapter, you will learn everything from Ivan Pavlov's classical conditioning to behaviorism, where we look at operant conditioning, observational learning, and so forth. So I hope you will find this as a chapter that is starting to put together some of those historical perspectives that we've been learning about and see them in application. So let's take a look at this module. So you have your PowerPoint right here. There is a discussion question this week. I'll come back to this in a little bit. You have 3 Connect assignments, one on comfort, food, and love, one on shaping, and one on schedules of reinforcement, and then, of course, your Chapter 6 post-test. So let's take a look at this week's discussion question. So I'm going to have you watch this video. This video was a campaign that was done in Australia several years ago. I do want to warn you, it may be a trigger for some people. This video does contain abuse, foul language, racism, and can be very sensitive for some people. So I just want you to know that ahead of time. And if you don't feel comfortable watching it, please let me know. It did run on public television. So there's heavy topics, but also something that ran on every channel in Australia when they ran this campaign. So it's called Children See, Children Do. It's not very long, it's a couple minutes long, and I just want you to watch it and then respond to these questions down here. So in this chapter, you're going to learn that Albert Bandura really studied this idea of observational learning and how it applies to social learning theory. And so when we see others, especially children, view other people, that oftentimes they repeat or they imitate these behaviors. So in your chapter, you're going to read about Bandura's study with the Bobo dolls. And so he was specifically studying aggression and how observational learning is affected by and imitated in terms of aggressive behavior. So again, kind of looking at that theory, looking at Bandura's work, and then relating it back to this video that you watch right here. So answer this question. How are the principles demonstrated in the video? And so specifically looking at observation, attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. And then the second part of it is share your thoughts with your classmates on children imitating family members, friends, famous figures, and movie characters. Why do children imitate others? So based upon this idea of social and observational learning, do you think that happens? Do you think kids are affected by it? Do you see examples in your own life or people around you of where those behaviors are being imitated? And it can be for good or for bad. Bandura's work was on aggressive behavior of kind of beating up this doll. And this video is not, or starts off with negative behaviors, but please know that it doesn't have to be, right? We can imitate, we can observe, we can reproduce positive behaviors as well. So it doesn't have to be a negative spin. So this one is just about 2 to 4 paragraphs of responding to your thoughts on the video, how it relates back to Bandura's theory, and then examples of your own where you see children imitating others. Remember, with discussion questions, you need to do your initial post, which are those 2 to 4 paragraphs, and then you need to, for full credit, respond to at least 2 classmates' posts, okay? And I hope that helps you here. And part 2 down here is just responding to your classmates' post. As always, it's very helpful if you do your initial post by Wednesday, so that way yourself and your classmates have an opportunity to go in and respond by Sunday to 2 others. It's not a hard due date. It just kind of helps the class flow with these discussion questions. So learning about learning this week in your chapter 6. making sure that you do this discussion question, your 3 Connect assignments, plus the quiz. I hope you have a great week, everybody. I won't be back next week with a video because it's spring break week and you have the week off. I hope you're safe and I hope you enjoy your week of spring break. But I will be back the following week to introduce you to our next chapter, which will be on learning. Also, we will have a midterm exam, but your midterm exam will not be due until the end of the month after we cover chapter 7. So it's based upon the number of chapters. And remember, we took a couple of weeks in an early on chapter. So we're not exactly timing wise, but I want to break the semester up in terms of chapters that we have covered. So again, midterm exam, but not until after chapter 7, and it'll be due at the end of the month. Have a great week, everybody. Welcome to March. Hopefully this warm weather stays around. I like it. I know it's not for everybody, but I sure do enjoy it. And please reach out to me if you have any questions. And congratulations, we're at the halfway point. Take care.